One of the most notable aspects of the classic Tarantino film Pulp Fiction is the way it's told in a disjointed way that only comes together by the end when we finally have all the pieces. There are 3 stories told in the film, divided up into 7 total episodes. We start in the diner with the prologue scene, and then we move on to the 2 episodes that together tell the story of Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife. Then we get the Gold Watch story, which again is made up of 2 episodes. The Bonnie situation comes next, followed by the epilogue in the diner concluding the story we started with. Rearranging these episodes gives us the chronological story of the film. First, we have to split the first part of the Gold Watch story in 2 parts. Since the earliest event in the movie is Christopher Walken's famous scene, which is a flashback to Butch's childhood. Then we move to the present-day events, beginning with the first part of the Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife story, where our 2 hitmen are on the job. This is followed by the Bonnie situation, where our hitmen need to get themselves and their car cleaned up following the previous events. Next in chronological order is the opening scene of the movie, where a couple begins to rob a diner. We don't get to see the resolution of these events until the end of the movie, but that final scene is the next in order, where we see how our hitmen resolve the robbery. The next scene continues the story of Butch, with the present-day section of the first episode of the Gold Watch story. Then, fittingly, we get the rest of that story, where Vincent takes Mia out for a night on the town. The next part of the Gold Watch story happens at the same time that Vincent and Mia are out. It then continues after those events, with Butch killing Vincent, saving his enemy Marcellus from a dire situation, and leaving town with his girlfriend. As you can see, these stories overlap and come together in the end to tell one bigger story. But why play with the sequence of events? The film builds suspense and keeps its audience guessing as things unfold. One question viewers often have after watching Pulp Fiction is, of course, what's in the briefcase? The film doesn't tell us anything, and therefore fans have come up with plenty of theories. Marcellus Wallace's soul is a popular answer, along with the Holy Grail. Some say it's the diamonds that were stolen in Tarantino's other film, Reservoir Dogs. Gold bars are another guess, or Elvis Presley's gold suit. Ultimately, the contents of the briefcase don't actually matter to the story of the film, and Quentin Tarantino has said that there's no real answer. It's simply a MacGuffin, an object whose only purpose is to drive the plot of the story. Speculating is fun, but in the end, the story is the thing, and the briefcase is simply a catalyst for that story. In a movie with many shocking moments, one of the most surprising is Vincent Vega's death. After Butch betrays Marcellus by winning a fight he was supposed to lose and stealing Marcellus's money, Vincent stalks out Butch's home with his boss. Marcellus leaves Vincent to it, and he goes to use the bathroom. Throughout the movie, Vincent's bad luck during bathroom trips has been a running joke. That joke is punctuated dramatically when Butch comes home, finds Marcellus's gun, and shoots Vincent when he comes out of the bathroom. Butch is rightly suspicious that Marcellus could be coming after him, and finding that gun just confirms that fact for him. He was trying to kill Vincent, but he fired in desperation in an attempt to defend himself. Vincent's death speaks as much to his own bad luck as it does to Butch's powerful motivation to make off with his ill-gotten gains. Throughout Pulp Fiction, Jules, played by Samuel L. Jackson, quotes the Bible verse Ezekiel 25:17. The verse was actually rewritten in a specific way by Tarantino to fit the themes of Jules' story, which is about redemption. It reads, "The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of the darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger for those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you." When we first hear this quote, Jules is reciting it to Brett as they are reclaiming their boss's briefcase as a way to scare the victim. As the story continues, Jules comes to understand this quote on a deeper level. He believes that he needs to retire from his life as a hitman, and this decision ends up saving his life, because he doesn't join Vincent at Butch's, where it's likely he could have been shot as well. Because the overlapping stories in Pulp Fiction are told out of order, the movie has 2 different endings. The chronological end of the story, when Butch leaves town with his girlfriend after saving Marcellus, and the end of the film, when Jules saves the would-be diner robbers' lives by convincing them to leave. These 2 scenes give 2 characters who both have done bad things the opportunity at a new, better life. Butch stole from Marcellus and killed Vincent, but in the end, he saves Marcellus from a bad situation. and the two agree to put the past behind them and go their separate ways. Jules could have simply killed or let Vincent kill Pumpkin and Honey Bunny in their diner, but he chooses a different option and walks away from his former life, seeking salvation. Even Marcellus chooses a peaceful ending when Butch leaves. The theme of salvation is strongest in Jules' story, but its threads run throughout the movie.